Why aren't track and field athletes famous?
How many people know all the elite track and field athletes? Who knows Kenny McNair? Who knows Grant Holloway? Outside of the anomalies like Sha'Carri Richardson and Noah Lyles. Exactly. Nobody knows who these people are. To the level of a Tyreek Hill, Steph Curry, Floyd Mayweather, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley. I can go down the list of names of athletes that get paid millions of dollars. Anthony Edwards, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade. Everybody knows who these people are, but nobody knows who the number one 100-meter sprinter in the world is. If you go up to a casual out in the street over here, especially in America, you ask who these people are, they're going to be like, who? Well, there you go. Track and field is not popular enough in America. You know what the one question that people ask me as a professional track and field athlete or elite track and field athlete that I get? Oh, you going to the Olympics? They're not asking me if I'm going to the World Championships. They're not asking me how fast my 100-meter time is. They're not asking me how fast my 200-meter time is. They're not asking me where I ran in college, where I ran in high school, what times did I run in high school. They don't even understand how fast any of the 100-meter times are. They don't even know that less than 200 people on this planet have broken 10 seconds in 100. They don't even realize how astonishing of an accomplishment that is. And they probably don't even care. Let's just go with that. They don't even care.
You've got athletes breaking records, running faster, jumping higher, throwing further. Yet, outside of events like the Olympics, most people won't be able to name more than a few athletes they know. When it comes to other sports, the stars are constantly in your face. We have social media clips, highlighted reels, personality-driven content. But in track and field, all you see is race clips with minimal storytelling, hardly any athlete personality exposure, and then coverage that feels empty. We only truly see the performance rather than the person. And sadly, it's only really focused on one portion of athletics, running. I can't even name any pole vaulters, talk less of disc throwers. Is this a talent visibility issue or an issue with marketing? So what exactly are we being sold? Well, your guess is as good as mine. Some would argue that track and field is currently being marketed properly. But then again, what does track and field marketing actually look like? I'll tell you. Look closely and you will observe that most of the promotion seems focused on one or more of these things. Events over individuals, results over stories, moments over journeys. You'll see the race posted and maybe a slow motion clip. And then it disappears. What about the build-up? What about the rivalries? What about consistent athlete branding? Because if there's a disconnect between the audiences and the athletes performing, and they don't feel invested or emotionally engaged, why should they keep watching these talented athletes slug it out on the track field? Who is supposed to make track and field athletes visible? Most agree there is a lack of visibility and that the style of marketing is not the best. But who do we point fingers at? Is it the governing bodies, event organizers, sponsors, broadcasters, or even the athletes themselves? Because at the moment, it feels like everybody is doing a little, but nobody is quite doing enough to cause the kind of impact that track and field currently needs. We have athletes trying to build their own brands, some event organizers trying to create hype, sponsors pushing certain names forward, but as a whole, it feels fragmented, disconnected, almost like there is no unified vision for making the sport culturally relevant. And maybe that's the real issue, that it's not just poor marketing, but no true ownership of the problem. So riddle me this, track and field athlete. Is the sport struggling because of poor marketing? Or is it because nobody truly owns the responsibility of telling the story?